Have you ever seen a highly trained attack dog completely turn on its own owners to save a helpless stranger? Picture this. Security guards are aggressively dragging a poor, single father out of a massive corporate skyscraper. He is down on the floor, helpless, and out of nowhere, the CEO's fierce K9 unit breaks free. Everyone expects the worst. But instead of attacking the man, the dog lunges straight at the guards. Then, in a moment that left everyone speechless, the powerful animal drops to its knees and begins to cry right at the father's feet. How could $1 million security dog betray its elite handlers for a man who is nothing? To understand this unbelievable moment, we have to look at what happened just minutes before inside the headquarters of Titan Corporation. The single dad had walked in asking for desperate help, only to be met with cold aggression. But what no one in that room realized was that this dog held a deep, hidden secret, one that would change all of their lives forever. It all started on a cold Tuesday morning. Marcus, a devoted single father, walked through the glass doors of Titan Enterprises. He wasn't there to cause trouble. He was desperate. His young daughter needed urgent medical treatment, and Marcus was out of options. He had come to ask for a meeting with the CEO, Victoria Vance, hoping for a moment of human kindness. But Titan Enterprises wasn't a place for kindness. When CEO Victoria stepped into the lobby surrounded by her executive team, she didn't see a father in need. She saw an intruder interrupting her busy morning. Without asking a single question, she signaled her elite security detail. Within seconds, two massive guards grabbed Marcus by the arms. Marcus tried to explain, pleading for just 60 seconds of her time, but the guards shoved him toward the exit. When Marcus tripped and fell to the floor, the guards grabbed him forcefully to drag him out. But right at that exact moment, a loud, vicious bark echoed across the lobby. The CEO's prized German Shepherd K9 had snapped its leash and was sprinting straight toward the crowd. Everyone froze, expecting the worst. But what the dog did next shocked the entire room. The entire room braced for impact, thinking the dog was about to attack the poor father on the floor. CEO Victoria shouted for the dog to halt, but for the first time ever, her trained attack K9 completely ignored her command. Instead of lunging at Marcus, the huge dog sprinted past him and leaped straight at the two security guards. Chaos erupted in the lobby. The dog snapped at the guards' vests, forcing them to drop Marcus and back away in total shock. Panic spread through the executive team. Why was a highly trained, $1 million security dog attacking her own security detail? Marcus lay on the cold tile floor, stunned and holding his breath. The dog turned around, slowly walked toward him, and immediately changed her posture. The aggressive stance vanished. The dog dropped her head, let out a soft whimper, and gently collapsed at Marcus's feet, pressing her nose against his boots as tears welled in the animal's eyes. She was shaking, completely surrendered to this helpless stranger. CEO Victoria stood frozen. How did her elite, cold-blooded security dog know this man, and why was she crying at his feet? Silence fell over the lobby. CEO Victoria stepped forward, her eyes wide with confusion. "What is going on here?" she demanded, looking between her terrified guards and her calm, whimpering dog. Marcus carefully reached out his trembling hand and stroked the dog's fur. The dog nudged deeper into his grip, letting out a soft sigh. "Her name isn't Shadow," Marcus whispered, looking up at the CEO. "Her name is Maya." Victoria frowned. She had bought this dog 3 years ago from an elite security vendor for $50,000. She was told the dog was bred and trained in a high-end facility overseas. Marcus pulled a worn, faded leather tag from his pocket, a tag he had carried with him for years. On it was stamped a simple name and an old registration code. He held it out toward Victoria. 3 years ago, before I lost my job and my savings to pay for my daughter's illness, I was a search and rescue handler, Marcus explained, his voice shaking. I raised Maya from a puppy. When my life fell apart and I couldn't afford her care, she was stolen from my backyard. I searched for months, but she was gone. The vendor you bought her from must have rebranded her and sold her illegally. Victoria took the old tag and checked the collar's hidden serial number. They matched perfectly. The cold, ruthless CEO suddenly realized the truth. Her expensive, loyal security dog wasn't a product of a corporate facility. She was a stolen family member who had just recognized the man who saved her years ago. But as Victoria processed this truth, she realized something even more disturbing about her own company. Victoria turned her eyes from the matching serial numbers directly to her head of security. The fear on the guard's face said everything. "You told me she was imported from a top-tier breeding facility," Victoria said, her voice dropping to a dangerous whisper. "Where did you really source her?" The head guard stumbled over his words, unable to hide the truth. He had been skimming corporate security budgets for years, buying stolen, pre-trained working dogs on the black market for cheap and pocketing the massive price difference. He hadn't just lied to Victoria. He was running an illegal operation right inside her corporate tower. Victoria didn't hesitate. "You're fired," she said cold-pointedly. "And security will hold both of you until the police arrive." As the corrupt guards were led away, Victoria looked down at Marcus, who was sitting on the floor, holding his long-lost companion as the dog softly whimpered in comfort. She saw a man of incredible integrity, devotion, and courage, everything her executive team was missing. "Marcus," Victoria said gently, kneeling down beside them. "I can never fully make up for what was taken from you, but I can fix today. Your daughter's medical bills will be covered in full by Titan Enterprises starting right now." She smiled, placing a hand on Maya's head. "And as of today, Titan Security needs a new head of operations, someone who actually understands loyalty. The position is yours if you'll take it. And Maya stays with you." Marcus looked up, tears of relief flooding his eyes as he pulled Maya close. In a single moment, he hadn't just found his lost companion, he had secured his daughter's future. Please like the video.